Quick question. Where do your work files actually live? If the answer is somewhere on my laptop, this video is for you. Let's demystify OneDrive and show you how it actually helps you work better in Microsoft 365. Okay, what is OneDrive really? This should be a straightforward question. This is such an important tool, but I get it a lot. I think this is an underutilized Microsoft 365 tool. So first of all, OneDrive is your personal file space in Microsoft 365, where you can go for your files. It's your disk drive in the cloud, available anywhere you have an internet connection. And keep in mind that it is your private file share, and you can choose what to share from OneDrive. I want to briefly mention OneDrive Personal because that can be confusing. This is your personal OneDrive that's available with any Microsoft account. We are not talking about that today. We're talking about Microsoft 365 OneDrive. So the OneDrive that's included with your Microsoft 365 subscription includes 1 terabyte of storage. It's accessible via your app launcher or the waffle in the top left of your screen. It is private, not shared by default, and it's one place to get to all your files. Let's take a look at that. So here in Microsoft 365, if I go up to the app launcher in the top left and click on OneDrive, looks a bit like a stylized cloud. And this is your OneDrive. So first of all, it has my name here and gives me some 5 key links here: home, my files, shared, favorites, and recycle bin. So I get to see the various things that I favorited, shared with me, my files that I've recently been working on, and the home screen that shows recent files, allows me to filter here and show me PowerPoint files. Here's the OneDrive overview that we're looking at right now, for example. And they show those at the top as well. And of course, these are shareable from here. It shows by people on the left, who's shared with me, different meetings, and the recordings of those, and various media. Below that, we have quick access to various SharePoint sites. So you can even get to your SharePoint sites from your OneDrive. And if you want to hide this menu, just click here to hide that menu. Notice also this is available in Teams. So here we are in Teams. If I click the OneDrive icon here in the left-hand app bar, I get the same interface. So OneDrive gives you your recent files, your shared files, favorites, gives you a search at the top of the screen, and access to your recycle bin. So what? Why would we use this tool? Well, it's easy to get your files anywhere. It does have backups through Microsoft 365. It's not just your local device. It's easy to set up a new computer. I use this all the time. If I'm putting together a new computer, just log into Microsoft 365 and start synchronizing. It gives quick access to your files from File Explorer. The recent files alone, to me, is a game changer. It makes life super easy to get access to your recent files, because usually we're working on the same things over and over again. And of course, it works seamlessly, flawlessly, awesomely with Copilot. So let's talk about the synchronization app, or it's often abbreviated to Sync, S-Y-N-C, Sync. So this is an app that runs locally on your computer. You can see it in the bottom right of your Windows desktop. And it synchronizes file edits between Microsoft 365 Cloud Storage and your local computer. Or put more simply, it keeps SharePoint and your local computer in sync. So it can sync any SharePoint library or folder from SharePoint or Teams. And then you can work locally or offline, and OneDrive takes care of syncing changes. Changes that you make or others make are synchronized. So you can get to this through the File Explorer or through the blue cloud in the bottom right of your Windows desktop. And of course, there's a mobile apps for iPhone and Android as well. So let's take a look at it in File Explorer first of all here. So here's my Light Lever Systems, my organization name, and these are the libraries that I have synchronized. Okay, if I look in the web browser and I go into one of my SharePoint sites here, and there says MapleWorks Operations, and I want to synchronize this library. So if I go up to the top here and sync, notice it's 2 arrows with a computer, synchronize. Okay, so it says we're syncing your files. You may get this message. You can always trust this OneDrive. Let's go. So now it's synchronizing. I close this. If I open my File Explorer again now, I'll see there is another synced library, Operations Documents. This can be done from Teams as well. Let's open up Teams here, and I'll go into Teams and Channels. Here's my operations site. So I could also synchronize from here. If I go to Shared, and the sync is available under the ellipsis here again. So synchronizing this particular library. And it'll start from wherever you are. So if you're in a subfolder, you can synchronize just that subfolder. So let's talk about using OneDrive for offline work, which is very useful. So the sync status icon. So when we look at our OneDrive synced files, there's a status column that shows up. See, this status currently shows a cloud icon. So let's take a look at the different options there. So if you see 2 blue arrows, it means the item is currently synchronizing, the file is currently being downloaded. If you see the blue cloud like we just saw, that means that is available in the cloud. You need to be connected to the internet to get access to that file. If you see a green circle with a check mark, it means it's been downloaded to this computer. And this means it's been downloaded automatically by you opening the file. And with a solid green circle, this means it's downloaded this computer by you saying, always keep on this device. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so here we are in our synchronized file location. If I look into the general, I see there are 3 files, ops example 1, 11, and 12. So if I were to open this file, I see a quick status update of the syncing. And now I see a little green circle with a check mark in it. If I close this file again, it has been downloaded. The circle remains. The other option is if I right-click a file and I say, always keep on this device. This is a OneDrive command, and it instructs OneDrive that I'm going to be working with this file offline, so I need it locally saved. So this is a solid green circle. The other thing you can do with these right-click commands is right-click and free up space. So this means go ahead and upload these files back to the cloud. I'm done working with them. So now it's a cloud icon again. Because what OneDrive does by default is it downloads a directory of files, not the actual files. So that's why it shows cloud by default. Now I can right-click and say this whole operations library, I want to always keep it on this device. So you can download the entire library if you're going to be working offline. Let's take a look at how we use OneDrive for working in the office and away from the office. So here we are in the office. We have our computer. We're connected to the internet, and the internet is connected to Microsoft 365. And we have our document libraries or Teams or SharePoint, whatever we're using to access those files. So because it's Microsoft 365, we're going through the internet, right? That's one of the beauties of Microsoft 365. Now, if we're working remotely, normally, here we are at home, changing the baby. We've got a computer there, the internet, Microsoft 365, and our document libraries or Teams, whatever we're using to access those files. So this is one thing I like about Microsoft 365. What's different between Office and remote? Nothing. It's like exactly identical. So where it gets interesting is if we're going to be working offline. So the first step is you're connected. Here we are at work, let's say, or home, doesn't matter as long as I have an internet connection. And in Teams or in SharePoint, you click that sync button you just saw. So OneDrive, copy that file listing to your computer, the cloud. Now, it's synced now until you unsync. It's available anytime. Then you open files or right-click to say always keep on this device. So you have your files available offline, the files you know you're going to need when you're not connected to the internet. And that copies those files. There they are. Now you can work offline. Here I am on my motorcycle with my computer locally with no connection. I can work on my files as if I were connected to SharePoint because I have told OneDrive that I need them offline, or I already opened them. There they are. So then I go back to the office. I'm connected to the internet. There are files on Microsoft 365. Someone else may have been changing those files. There's files that I've locally worked on over here. The OneDrive sync client checks what's changed. Can I safely copy those changes? And it's transparent to the user. So it does this back and forth, synchronizing back to your online storage from your local storage. If it comes back with an error where there are files that have been modified by the same person in the same location of the file, it can't figure out how to synchronize, it will give you an error message. But generally, this is very transparent. Let's talk about sharing files with OneDrive. So as you've heard me say before, we usually share links, not attachments. If you're sharing an attachment, you better have a good reason for it, such as somebody doesn't have access to your OneDrive or you don't want to give them access to that file. You want to have a copy of it. Once you've shared, everyone you've shared with can update the file if you've given them edit access, and those file modifications are also shared. So there's a lot less of this, which version are we using confusion? And this is maybe old school now, but this is one of the features I really like about OneDrive and SharePoint. And if you are sharing, OneDrive will send a sharing email. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so if I'm going to share this file, I right-click here or in the web interface, it's the same, and I can go to share. Now here, notice I can choose what kind of sharing it is. Editing, review, view, but not download. 3 different tiers of share. I also down here in the settings, I can change that same settings here, as well as what kind of share is this. So depending on how your SharePoint, your OneDrive are set up, you'll have limited or more radio buttons here to decide what kind of share. The one that you don't see here is share with anyone. So this is in your organization, only share people with existing access, so you can't actually open it up, or people you choose. These two, the top and the third one, they actually change the permissions of the file when they create the share link. You can also set an expiration date here, and then when you apply, now you can put in names to share here. You can add a sharing message, and then you can either copy a link to paste it somewhere. And notice when I hover to copy the link, it shows me people you specify can view, or I can send, and it just goes ahead and sends that message to anyone that I've typed in here. People or person that I've shared with will get an email like this. It has a subject line saying who shared what file with you. It tells them here whether they're edit or view capabilities. This one, obviously, I said to edit. If I typed a message, it goes here. And this is the name of the file, which is clickable to open it, same as this open button down here. So the action to open or to share that item. So let's talk a little bit about OneDrive and Copilot. I'm not going to do a demo about this, but just be aware that, yes, everything Microsoft does is about Copilot now. So we can summarize OneDrive files, we can answer questions, we can compare documents, and much more using Copilot and OneDrive. OneDrive really is like a SharePoint library, the way that it's treated in Copilot. And to wrap up, let's just talk about what's new and upcoming. So as of this month, April 2026, Microsoft is starting to roll out a completely redesigned OneDrive experience for Windows. I'm looking forward to seeing that. There will be a full files view, photo-focused views, shared content, and of course, deep Copilot integration. My understanding is this is going to look a lot like the web interface, the OneDrive interface in Teams or in Microsoft 365. So as a takeaway, OneDrive isn't a separate tool for you to learn. It's a place you go that makes your files available at one spot, accessible the same wherever you are, safe, easily shareable, and ready for Copilot. That's OneDrive. Not another app to learn, just a smarter way to work every day with Microsoft 365. If this video helped, like it, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one.